Sheilas and fellas, today Hank stands before you with two identically spec'd PCs that he built with his own two paws. But today he is going to show you how building this tiny boy on the right using mostly used and open box parts saved him over $400 compared to this monolithic masterpiece of a structure built entirely brand new. Today he is going to prove that being cheap, ugly, and tiny like his owner isn't a bad thing, as both PCs perform exactly the same, and importantly, he is going to give you strategies for tapping into the used market so that you can flip these things for a huge profit. Let's get to it. Starting off with our GPU of choice today, the RTX 5060 Ti 16GB, probably the second best price to performance card you can get on the market next to the 9060 XT 16GB. We have this brand new all-white Zotac gaming card that we snatched off Amazon for $429 brand new. It's only a two-fan design but has really nice gold trim accents. Let's see if we can peel the stickers ASMR style off this thing.
You suck!
Lord have mercy, we are the worst GPU sticker peeler in existence. Time to bring out this card's opponent. We have this open box 2-fan Gigabyte WindForce card, originally $429 from Micro Center, but thanks to it being returned within the 15-day window, we got it for 365 spankaroonies. Now, I can already hear a lot of you crying, saying, Glizzy man, I don't live near a Micro Center. Well, mate, neither did me or Hank. We left our family, friends, and my small 6 children behind in Australia and moved over to America so I could live close to Micro Center, so I don't want to hear your complaints, mate. But even still, Micro Center isn't the only place you can get open box deals from. We can also find 5060 Ti's open box under $400 on Newegg. Best Buy sometimes has some good open box deals as well, and of course there's Facebook Marketplace, mate. I literally just opened the app and within 2 seconds found a 5060 IT card and a second 5060 Ti for $350, so no excuses. When we put these cards next to each other, as you can see, they are tiny, smaller than Frank, mate, but the Zotac is a bit longer. Flipping them to the front, and it's not even close, mate. The Zotac card, in my opinion, looks 1 million times better, but am I paying $80 more for it? If I am flipping PCs, absolutely not, mate, but if it's for my personal rig, absolutely not either, mate. I am a broke boy. Moving on from our potty humor to the actual parts, starting with all of the components for our new versus used PCs, and mate, you can't spell budget without the word air cooling. This thing right here is from ID Cooling off Amazon. It's brand new, 16 to 18 bucks every day of the week. The link is down below. When it comes to air cooling, these things are so cheap, it's no point going on the used market. Just buy it brand new. But as for our brand new baller PC, we have to go with a Thermalright 360 AIO with an LCD screen, mate. Now you're probably looking at this thing thinking, gee willikers, that must cost what, 200, 300 bucks? And that's where you're wrong, mate. We got this on sale brand new on Amazon for 70 bucks because Thermalright is the goat of budget AIOs. The only problem is when we open it up, it comes with these gross R fans, so a bit of magic and boom, infinity. Looking over at the pump and my god, they forgot the LCD screen, mate.
You cannot be serious!
Just joking. It's magnetic. It pops on and off. Beautiful stuff, mate. Let's move on to the motherboards. For the brand new PC, we got this ROG Strix B650A gaming Wi-Fi board as the person we are building it for asked for it. Now, if you look at the price tag on the top, it says that we paid $259 US dues, but luckily we didn't pay that. We paid 200 United States freedom fries from Micro Center, which is still disgusting because we have bought this open boxed or refurbished in the past from Micro Center for $149 and all of them worked perfectly fine. But in saying that, this is a beautiful board, 3 M.2s, a USB-C header, great VRMs, and a lovely stainless steel finish with an IO shield already attached, along with Wi-Fi 6E and an ARGB dragon in the corner, mate. What a time to be alive. Moving on to our open box board, and it's a bit more average. We went with microATX as generally it's much cheaper to build with relative to full-size ATX boards, and we got this Prime B650M AX2 board for 61 bucks open box from Micro Center, which is unreal value. And for that price, you'd probably be happy with a literal pile of poop, but it has two M.2s, a USB-C header, decent VRMs, and a couple of stainless steel pieces on it, so we can't complain here. Here are the boards together side by side. Obviously, the ROG board looks a lot better, and looking at the rear I.O., it's not even close, mate. Two USB 3.2s versus the microATX, none, but mate, $200 versus $61. Don't even get me started. We are going with this microATX open box board every single time. Next up, it's time for the CPU, and we are going with the good old reliable Ryzen 5 9600X, 6 cores and 12 threads of pure efficiency. Very easy to cool compared to the old 7600X, and can be thrown in with an RTX 5090, and surprisingly will not bottleneck it in most scenarios, so perfect for our 5060 Ti 16GB. We got this baby open box from Micro Center for $143 to put on our used PC, whereas for our brand new one we paid the $179 price tag. But the great thing about the 9600X is that sometimes these things go on mega sales. Amazon sold them brand new for $150 at one stage, and we got an open box one for 119 spankers from Micro Center, so keep an eye out, mate. A quick look for the 9600X on Facebook Marketplace for those of you complaining about not living near a Micro Center, and we find one close by for $130, so either risk getting stabbed on Marketplace or leave your family from Micro Center. You choose, mate. Moving on to the RAM, and this was a real problem. RAM prices right now are unbelievable. Even the GOAT Micro Center has folded on RAM, mate. This 32GB kit is $300. They are having an actual laugh. And not only that, but Micro Center has now took RAM out of their motherboard bundles, so thanks Micro Center, you jerks. Now, we got extremely lucky with RAM. Before they had these massive price increases, we spotted a mega deal on this Acer CL30 RAM, 32GB, clocked at 6,000 mega transfers per second for $84.
Nice.
As soon as I saw these prices for CL30, it was too good to believe, so we bought 8 of them. And as a PC flipper, for supplies like RAM, M.2s, or power supplies, if I see a great deal, I am buying in bulk always. It'll hurt your wallet to begin with, but it's saving us right now during these tough RAM times. If you don't have any RAM right now and you need to buy something, we use sites like slickdeals.net, or go on subreddits such as Builder PC Sales, and also use Discord servers like ZTT Builds to see if people will post good deals. While we've been riding out these tough times, we've been able to purchase 5 of these CL32 6,400 mega transfers per second 32GB sticks for $111 off Newegg, which haven't come in yet. And we also spotted 3 of these CL36 Vengeance sticks for $100 from MBPC, which I've never heard of, but they came in, and desperate times call for desperate measures, mate. Finally, moving on to the M.2, we are going with this brand new 1TB Samsung 990 Evo Plus that we purchased off Amazon for $84, mate. This is an absolute ripoff considering you can get brand new M.2s for $60, and considering 3 weeks ago we got a load of these in bulk open box for $45. But the whole point of this video is to show you how much you can save going used or using open box versus brand new. So we bit the bullet and bought it for $84. God, it's making me sick right now. Moving over to the used or open box PC, and this other deal is literally too good to be true, but we got this 1TB M.2 for free. We were negotiating with some dude over getting a GPU off Facebook Marketplace, and to sweeten the deal, he offered this M.2 with the card for free. The best deal we ever got on a 1TB M.2 was from Kingston. It was open box off Amazon for $44. And if I look on Facebook Marketplace right now, they have some for $50, so the world is your oyster, mate. Either go with Amazon or Facebook Marketplace and potentially get robbed, stabbed, and left in a gutter. To finish off this build, a little bit of magic to throw on the mounting brackets for the respective coolers, and these boards are ready to go into their cases, baby. Let's start off with the used PC, and oh my lord, infinity! 2 fans on the air cooler, mate. What a time to be alive. These fans were $5 a pop. The link is down below. We purchased them off Amazon. Let's get this tiny board out of the way, and you can see this is by far the smallest case we have ever built with that isn't considered small form factor. Even Frank can't fit inside of this thing, and he is a tiny boy. Let's move him out of the way and introduce this Line Depot microATX case. I have never heard of them. Someone told me about this in the comments, and it comes with 3 infinity fans, which we love, for a cool $54, mate.
Very nice.
The case comes with two USB 3s and a USB-C on the front I/O and not a huge amount of room in the back, but enough to shove a power supply and the cables down the bottom. And for the power supply, we got a mega deal on this bad boy. The Cooler Master 750 watt fully modular 80 plus gold tier B on the PSU tiers list for a mouth-watering $53 after taxes open box off Amazon. Crazy stuff, mate. Hank is a deal hunting goat. Yeet the motherboard into the case and be careful because it is a tiny boy. Screw it all in and hook her up, and Muhammad Ali is your long lost uncle. You are good to go. Moving back to the new build, and once again we are going with Line Depot, but this time the ATX version, which easily fits Frank inside. But this is probably the most impressive case I've ever seen for the price, as it's the first one I've ever seen come with 7 infinity fans, 6 reverse blade on the side and bottom to bring air into the case, and 1 forward blade for exhaust. Outstanding stuff, and the best part, it only cost $79 off Amazon. Now I thought this was too good to be true, and once we received it I was ready to order 50 of these things, but alas, it's no longer available, which is devastating. The front I/O has a USB-C, 2 USB 3s, a ton of room to manage your cables into the back, and mate, this is a new build, so you can guess what power supply we are going with. Brand new, that's right, the Apevia Prestige 800 watt 80 plus gold tier C on the PSU tiers list for an incredible $66 off Amazon. The best price to performance PSU you can find right now. I have used millions of these and not had a single problem, but roast us in the comments if you have a problem with Apevia, mate. But if you do, then you have a problem with Hank, because this is by far his favorite PC part of all time.
Serious?
Yeet the motherboard into this beautiful Line Depot case, and look at how much room we have. Great stuff. Once the motherboard is in, we fade to black, and as we come back, the radiator is mounted and the pump head is ready to throw onto the CPU. Here is our beautiful 9600X in all its glory beforehand, and here it is after we throw 52 tons of thermal paste on. Do you need that much thermal paste? No, absolutely not, mate. So why do we put it on? Because shut up, that's why. We love thermal paste. For God's sake, remove this sticker off the AAO pump or Oscar Piastri is going to lose the Drivers' Championship, and mate, he has already lost the lead, so please, for the love of God, remove this sticker. If Oscar Piastri loses, I am shaving all of Hank's hair off. Your move, Oscar.
Bruh.
Screw the pump head on little by little each side, then throw the magnetic LCD screen on, and Sir Ian McKellen is your boyfriend, mate. You are good to go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's been about 2 months since we have done this, but we are so back, baby. Double insertion of the GPU. Get excited. Hank is straight up aura farming over here while trying to stay awake. Sorry to bore you, my lord. The Costco Glizzy is up on top of these PCs. We asked you last week to name him in the comments, and the post with the most likes would be his name, and the winner is Lagello0456, who named him Willy. Good stuff, mate. We got Willy up here and the wiener down below. This channel is so childish, my gosh.
Hate it here.
We've got the 2 cards ready to slam into the case, and we have me on the right, the cheap and used card with the small PCIe connector versus my wife's boyfriend on the left. Brand new, all shiny, dripped in gold, and a humongous PCIe connector. Let's throw these babies into the top PCIe slot with no regard for human life.
That's too easy.
And even after 2 months, that is still too easy for us, mate. We are the PC inserting GOAT. For the 8-pin PCIe connectors, we are going with these generic cable extensions that are about $16 off Amazon. Link is down below. Technically, the pack we purchased for the new PC comes with 3 of these, so it means the one we are using in our cheaper PC is free. Find me in the comments if you disagree, mate. Otherwise, let's go turn these naughty girls on. Alright, boys and girls, we've got the big chungus on the left, the small fat boy who built these in the middle, and then the tiny fella on the right, and I think they both turned out great. But just how much money did we save going with these used parts? Well, let's turn them on first and see how they look, but before that, give me 2 firm handshakes, Glizzy. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Look at these things. I don't think it's too much for us to say that these are the two best PCs Hank has ever built, and it's not even close. The rainbow ARGB puke is blinding my eyes, and the LCD screen on the left has just turned on, and surprise, surprise, we got the world's greatest PC building dog's ugly mug smack bang in the middle, and it's looking magnificent. The gold trim of the GPU looks great. I do kind of wish it was a 3-fan card, but it makes the infinity fans on the right more visible, so not bad, mate. And we even have the ARGB on the motherboard going ham, and it better be going ham for the $200 price point we paid. Then we move over to the manlet PC. Tiny and a used black GPU shoved into a white build. This is a Frankenstein PC. And this also has to be the world's smallest PC with 7 infinity fans ever built, and I actually love how it turned out. These Line Depot cases are amazing value. I hope they come back in stock. But just how much money did we save building this tiny fella used versus the brand new megalodon of a PC? Well, starting out with our glorious brand new build, we spent a total of $1,209, which is outrageous for a 5060 Ti 9600X build in my opinion. We actually built it for a dude who reached out, and we only charged him $1,150 and also paid for his shipping because we love our fans, mate. But obviously going brand new isn't optimal for PC flipping because we go over to this tiny used boy, and even though aesthetically this would take much longer to flip than the newer PC with the LCD screen, in total it only cost us 771 United States clamshells. That is a difference of $438 going with used or open box parts but having the exact same specs. That is an unbelievable difference, but you're probably thinking, Glizzy boy, surely the brand new PC runs better, right? Wrong. You can see if we go into Battlefield, starting with the brand new PC, we set it to 1440p medium settings, no upscaling or frame gen, and we are pulling a cool 92 frames per second averages with 1% lows in the 80s. So this thing is running as smooth as eggs. The AIO is keeping the CPU chilly at an average of 60 degrees, while the 4000 infinity fans are helping the GPU stay at 58. If we look at the total VRAM being used by Battlefield, you can see we're using 8 of the GPU, 16 total gigabytes of VRAM, so a perfect match for this baby, and you can see we are going ham with the sniper. Hank is the sweatiest virgin when it comes to Battlefield 6 sniping, but what about the cheaper PC, mate? Well, Hank paid $450 less to build this bad boy, but guess what? Exact same performance, average frame rate of 94 frames per second with 1% lows of 82, so basically spot on. The CPU and GPU do run 10 degrees hotter, but it does not affect performance at all, and just look at Hank taking all of these people's souls with the manlet PC. My god, he is a sweat lord. If we throw DLSS onto balanced, it runs at 137 frames per second. It looks great. It's smoother than my bald mate Steven's head, whereas the expensive PC runs at 136, and Hank gets so sweaty, he gets a double elimination. 2 guys, 1 sniper shot, mate. What a demon. So what have we all learned with today's video, mate? Well, hopefully you learned that going with used or open box parts could save you a ton of money, but it's still the exact same performance. If you took that extra $438 and put it towards your GPU that had a starting price of $429, you could probably find an open box 5080, or if you want a new GPU, a 5070 Ti, which would take this PC to the next level and you'd be able to play it 4K. So aesthetics be damned, build this tiny boy and get a 50 times better GPU, or flip your PCs for a much higher profit. Now get out of here, mate. Me and the weenie love ya. Goodbye.